Big game breakdown continues here on Sportsbet. T-Wolves and the Trailblazers, NBA on TNT. A late night showdown in the Western Conference. The money's coming for Portland. Currently 5.5, 218.5, up from 4.5 and 217 last night. So we've seen Blazers money, we've seen over money in early betting action. Western Conference standings right now, not a lot separating these two teams. In fact, nothing separating them in the loss column. Minnesota's got 3 more wins. However, right now, T-Wolves in the 3 seed, Blazers in the 6 seed. They're actually in a 3-way tie with the Pelicans and the Thunder at 35 and 26. It is a very tight Western Conference playoff chase. So far in this season series, the home team's 3-0 straight up, 2-1 against the spread. Blazers won 123-114. They were laying 3.5 at home in the previous meeting here in Portland. All 3 games went over the total by 44 against the closing total, so about 14 points, more than 14 points per game. We've seen the relatively high-scoring affairs between these two squads. So here's Minnesota. They lose Jimmy Butler. Impact injury, key injury. What's happened? 2-0 straight up, 2-0 against the spread without him. They beat the spread by 23.5 points, an average of close to 12 per game. The question is, good basketball or luck of the draw? They got the Bulls and they got the Kings, and I'm telling you, I watched both those games. The Bulls didn't play well, and the Kings didn't play well. Now, coming up for Minnesota after this little respite, right here, starting tonight, 8 straight games against teams with winning records. Much, much tougher for Minnesota than what they faced without Jimmy Butler. Here's Coach Tibbs. The unselfishness has been there all year. We have to continue to do that. Defensively, we have got to keep working at it. We understand how important that is. Taj Gibson, quote, without Jimmy, we have to tighten up a whole lot more. We're just putting the pressure on different guys in our lineup to step up because we have a tough road ahead of us. Of course, hasn't been a tough road for Karl Anthony Towns. He's been a monster in the 2 games since Butler got hurt. 48 points, 30 rebounds, 9 double-digit rebound efforts the last 10 ball games. Towns has really been stepping up for Minnesota. The question is, can the supporting cast step up against a tougher foe than they faced the last couple of ball games? Portland, they've gotten a good break since the draw. Since they've gotten a good draw since the break, 3-0 straight up, 2-1 against the spread. They had a nice win at Utah, a revenge game coming right out of the break. Of course, the Jazz struggled coming out of the break, but didn't play well against Phoenix. They won by a bucket there. Rolled Sacramento, but when you're playing the Suns and the Kings, again, the lottery-bound foes aren't fighting hard at this stage of the season. Damian Lillard, he's been on fire. We've talked about the T-Wolves defense and their issues. They're working on it, but it's still not very good. Lillard, last 6 games, 223 points, 37.2 per game. And the Blazers, been covering numbers. In fact, 5-2 against the spread their last 7. The role players for Portland, a team that hasn't had great role players in recent seasons, they've done well this year. They really have. And that has helped Harry Stott's squad in terms of the aggregate numbers. Look at the defensive improvement from last year. Look at the rebounding improvement from last year. That's a relatively healthy team and much better depth than they've had in recent years. Blazers are a good squad. I can understand why they're taking money against a Minnesota team I do not trust to step up in class just yet without Jimmy Butler. Blazers are pass for this better. One more in the college ranks coming up next. Yeah, you want to know what's going on with Arizona? So do I. Stay tuned right here on SportsBit. Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the games.